If someone asked you to imagine how a rocket launch might fail, it is normal to think of an explosion or an engine blackout. However, the case of Japanese H-3 is different. A rocket that took off and in the middle of the trip ran out of satellite. This mission ended in the most absurd way possible, with the payload being released before time and falling back to Earth. Before continuing, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and give like to this video. Thus, you can be aware of more content about space launches and technology. On December 22nd, 2025, the H-3, the most modern launcher of the Japanese Space Agency, took off from Tanegashima. On board was the Michibiki 5 satellite, a navigational device of approximately 5 tons. However, the mission ended in failure due to a problem in the second engine ignition of the second stage. The JAXA agency activated a specific team to investigate the origin of the failure and reconstruct what happened minute by minute during the ascent. It is important to understand the context to appreciate the magnitude of the problem that occurred during this launch. COFIA is the cover that protects the satellite during the first minutes of launch. It is separated when the rocket reaches a sufficient height so that it is no longer necessary. This process is routine and fast, but in this case, it became the critical moment of the launch. According to the reconstruction of JAXA, the critical moment arrived just after the separation of the COFIA, about 3 minutes and 45 seconds after the takeoff. In the images of the cameras on board, a rain of fragments is observed around the satellite, indicating that something was not right. Despite the initial blow, the satellite did not immediately dislodge. The junction structure was damaged, but the satellite continued to fly due to rocket acceleration. However, the outcome came with the main engine shutdown, at which point Michibiki 5 split earlier. During this flight stage, a decrease of pressure was confirmed in the liquid hydrogen tank of the second stage. The hypothesis is that the same event that damaged the satellite coupling affected the pressurization line, which led to a penalized ignition of the engine of the second stage. The H-3 is a modern rocket, but still young. This launch was the 8th, and its history includes 6 successes and 2 failures. JAXA and Mitsubishi Heavy Industries have decided to postpone the next scheduled launch while investigating the incident. The agency needs a response that will allow the rocket to be put back on the ramp with guarantees. This case reminds us of the fragility of space missions and the importance of every detail in the launch process.